and playing Russian roulette. It was going to happen. Now, should that issue of this being second-degree murder be brought to the California Supreme Court or the United States Supreme Court? I think he should be charged, and if somebody wants to challenge it, let the Supreme Court of the United States say no. And I don't think they would say no. They'd say, look, this is reckless conduct. It is second-degree murder.
Well, on that note, we're going to Washington, D.C. on September the 15th for everybody out there. And we're going to go over to Majestic first, and then we're going to come back and talk about our march going to Washington, D.C. We are inviting all the media outlets from everywhere around the world to be there to see this history being made. I have been talking to our Congresswoman, Diane Watson. I have been talking to different people. I've called Mr. Jesse Jackson. I've called Mr. Al Sharpton. I've called Dick Gregory. We've called a lot of people, and we need a lot of help. So I'm calling on all the celebrities who are watching this right now. I'm calling on all the supporters and the fans. Come with us to Washington, D.C. on September the 15th. And we will take a walk, not all of us, just a few of us, Mr. Jackson and a few of his family members or whoever wants to come. We will walk into Congress and make it known that Mr. Michael Jackson was a great philanthropist, a great pioneer, a great entertainer, and a great human being. So, Mr. Jackson, how do you feel about that?
I think it's fantastic because that's serving justice. I hope that everybody participate.
Yes,
and make it happen.
Majestic, you had something you wanted to say.
Brian, on the involuntary manslaughter, what is the maximum he can get, and what is the least he can get?
The maximum is a 4-year sentence, which really, here's the thing. I had a young lady who was charged with misusing a credit card. She was facing 12 years in prison for misusing a credit card.
Can I say something?
This man is facing 4 years.
I want to say this about our district attorney, Steve Cooley. Why is it that young men can go and do a GTA, a Grand Theft Auto or something, and then you want to give them 30 years for that? 30, 25 years, 15 years. But all Conrad Murray's going to get is 4 years? Get the heck out of here. That's ridiculous.
You can say hell.
Yeah, get the hell out of here with that. That's
Is it possible that he can get nothing at all?
Now, Majestic, here's the real crime. Here's the real crime. He has no prior criminal record.
So he can get.
He has no problems with respect to any kind of law enforcement problem. He is a candidate for probation.
But hold on. I've heard now. Now let's talk about something for a second. James Brown died on December the 25th.
Yes, he did.
And under the supervision, under the tutelage and doctoring of Conrad Murray. Okay? Cardiac arrest. Okay? Let me just say this. Conrad, you have a history of criminal activity, and then there's people who have been a reliable source that said that you're mean, you're rude, you're nasty, and that you like hoes and prostitutes. Now I'm telling you like I've heard it. Okay? How many doctors get paid $150,000 a month to watch the greatest entertainer in the world? Miss me with the bullcrap, Conrad. This is the real deal, Holyfield, and you're going to get more than 4 years because we're going to work hard to make sure you do. I know I will. Okay? And I'm speaking for me, Eddie Jones, president of the Los Angeles Civil Rights Association. Michael had a civil right, a constitutional right, and a human right to live, and you violated his amendment right.
Well, I got to tell you something. This is hot off the presses, Eddie. Yesterday, it was actually last night, Conrad Murray was on an airplane to Houston, and a young 20-year-old woman went into cardiac arrest. Conrad Murray administered to her on the airplane and stabilized her, and when they got to Houston, she was okay. So now what we're going to hear, you can imagine what we're going to hear.
He's a good doctor.
He's a good doctor.
Excuse me. Hold on, Brian, that's a premeditated conspiracy. How much did you pay that girl to follow on the plane and shoot some water in her? Without water,
you would have to be out of your mind to believe that.
I know. I mean,
what happened, Mr. Jackson? You believe that?
You would have to be out of your mind to believe that.
Hold on, Mr. Jackson, do you believe that?
No, I don't believe that.
I would like
What? No, go ahead. Why did he go to Joel Osteen's church? For what? Now does he want redemption? Huh?
Tell him he got
Why
to buy a
did
copy
he
of
go to Joel
the
Osteen's church? Who paid? Did his attorneys? I want to know. Did his attorneys pay? Go ahead, Majestic. I'm sorry.
Everything you see Conrad do in the press and to be seen on TV is to help his defense.
Yes.
Don't buy into that. It's all a plan.
You're right.
Everything he does, every move is calculated to try to make him look good. He wants that probation.
Yes, he does.
But I'm gonna tell you, that's the worst thing in the world can happen to him. He don't know Michael Jackson fans.
Ooh, Lord have mercy.
You better feel me on that.
Yes,
You
I
better
feel
feel me
you.
on
And I
that.
don't even want to use the
That's
word.
reality.
I'm not going to say the word, but I'm going to say a word that rhymes with the word. Hyatt. Like the Hyatt Hotel.
Yeah.
But you can use the alphabet that you want to describe what he was just, it was like a magic trick. Did you get it? Anyway,
Go ahead.
all right. Anyway, you don't know. This is deeper than the ocean, higher than the mountain, and swifter than the rivers. We're not playing. Okay, we're gonna pull out our intelligence team. We're gonna pull out our investigation team. We're gonna pull out our law-abiding readers who read the laws and know the laws. I am not doing this by myself. This is a team effort. Okay, Geraldine Hughes.
I just wanted to make a comment, and a lot of the research that I've been doing, and they were saying, well, there's a lot of fans that are saying that, well, we don't want to change the charge because after all, you know, they're sure to get them on involuntary, whereas if we change it, and there's some very profound people that are making that statement. So this is my thing on my tag on that. Is that first of all, if he's charged with second-degree murder, then they'll pull the evidence on a higher plane.
Right.
With involuntary manslaughter, they don't have to pull anything. They don't have to discover anything. They don't have to find. It was obvious that obviously, you know, he went to sleep or did something, and I really do believe that he did leave the premises. I just believe the reason why we're going to the White House is we want the federal investigation because we really believe that the city and county, that the police, that the investigative state and city authorities are not properly investigating because the fans are finding out more information than the police are.
Well, let me tell you, you know who I'd like to be right now? The fans that were sitting outside of Michael's house that night that sit there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We need to hear
get them on the show.
Well, let me ask something. You think the city has in everybody's pocket?
Well, I gotta
The
say this.
research says yes.
No.
The
let me tell you
research
something.
says yes.
Let me answer the question.
They all
This
are contributing to Cooley's
campaign. He's running for attorney general. Now let me say this, Sony. Now let me tell you something. We're dealing with some multi-billionaires, and they have lots of money. Matter of fact, they probably already bought off a few people and told them to leave and don't say nothing. Whether it's a bodyguard or whether whoever it is, somebody's been paid off to shut their mouth. And somebody's been paid off to do all this stuff. I would hate to think, in my wildest dreams, that the people behind making sure that all this is paid off.
But let me ask you something. The people that was paid off to shut their mouth, is their mouth still shut?
I'll tell you one thing for sure. This is what I know for sure. That's a good question. I really can't answer that, but I will say this. You know who you are, and you're listening to the show too, just like the good guys are listening.
Yeah, I want to know if they're growing daisies or something.
Wow. That's so good.
There's some missing security. The security that was on the premises that night.
What about
All
Ellen?
of a
Is her
sudden-
name Ellen? The young lady?
Not-
I want to get Ellen on the show.
And the tapes.
And the tapes are missing the
tapes.
security tapes.
The
Hold on, let's go to
security
Brian
tapes.
Oxman. That's a legal thing. Michael had tapes in his house. He had video cameras. Come on, what happened?
Right, thus far, there's been no tapes which have been turned over by the prosecution to Conrad Murray. And so the question of surveillance cameras is still up in the air.
Can we put something in bed right now?
No one's sure, yes.
But Michael did have video cameras.
There were video cameras there,
and we can't find the film.
but there's been no tapes which the police have turned
Somebody
over.
was doing a cover-up.
They can't find the money either.
Can't find the money. How much money?
Ain't no telling. Michael never in his house didn't have money.
Okay.
Stacks. Never.
No, look, if I was Michael Jackson, Mr.
Somebody
Jackson,
else with-
if I was
Michael
your
kept
son,
cash. That's how he rolled.
yes, if I was him and I had to go jump on a plane real quick, I gotta have 3 or 4 million with me. I don't need no reason to have to stop for
That's
nothing.
the amount he had
But
around there. About
I
$5
agree with you.
million
But,
dollars.
see, I would have it on me because if I want to go do something, I can do it
That's
right
how
now.
you roll.
Hello, get my Learjet. Hello, go do this. Hello, do that. I want this done like that. I want this
Not a
hotel.
quarter fountain.
You know, not a quarter
Not a
fountain.
quarter.
Not a
Who
quarter
took the
fountain.
money?
Not a quarter fountain.
Hello.
That's a premeditated conspiracy. Okay, now look, Supreme Court, Attorney General, what's the Attorney General's name?
Eric Holder.
Eric, what the heck? What the hell are you doing? We need a bigger investigation here, sir.
There's another Attorney General
Todd's on the
that I
line,
want
not
to get
now.
involved, and that's Jerry Brown, who
Jerry
is
Brown.
the Attorney General of the state of California.
Yes,
He is running for Governor, it is a close
his name on
race.
the
Right now, Tosh.
Is his name on anything?
No, Jerry Brown's not on the will. He's
Okay,
not
y'all heard
standing
that.